Democrats battle over the final details of the president's Build Back Better plan. Finding common ground on climate policies is one of the biggest hurdles.
DC's Raquel Martin has more as Republicans fear the drastic climate proposals could do more harm than good. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
We should be concerned.
Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst says she hopes moderate Democrats slow down climate initiatives in the president's Build Back Better plan to protect not just the fossil fuel industry.
Will just hurt our middle and lower income families that are very reliant on those sources.
But also renewable fuels.
The push for electric vehicles is extremely concerning to all of our farmers and those that produce ethanol and biodiesel.
But Illinois Democratic Congresswoman Cheri Bustos says there's nothing to fear.
As a nation, we are moving to more of an electric vehicle fleet, but that's still decades away. That's somewhere around the year 2035. We have a lot of years left, and we are still going to be using liquid fuels.
Right now, the final bill is under intense negotiations, but the Renewable Fuels Association recently praised the current bill, which invests nearly $1 billion in fuel pump infrastructure.
Lawmakers from the heartland are doing what we can to make sure that this stays part of any deal going forward.
Despite resistance from moderates, Wednesday, Democrats vowed to prioritize renewable energy in their final deal.
This is a moral moment.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he wants progressives and moderates united behind one framework in the coming days.
Hopefully be able to actually vote on this next week.
In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, much of our day today has been dry. However, showers and isolated thunderstorms have developed, all tied into an area of low pressure moving across Iowa. We've had a few more thunderstorms in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin here this evening. No severe weather expected with this. However, some winds gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour and even some pea-sized hail with some of the stronger cores possible, with a few showers that have passed through Janesville, now working into far northwest Walworth County. So this is moving away as it's moving south there of Whitewater. We've got a few additional showers really kind of falling apart as they run into a bit more of a stable air mass. Remember yesterday I talked about that lid on the atmosphere, and that's pretty much what we've got. So not really seeing a lot of this able to sustain itself as it moves a little further to our east. But a couple of showers passing through Freeport, right down through Foreston, and then once you get a little bit further there in Carroll County, Polo, you've got maybe a quick sprinkle or two. As we go through this evening, we'll hang on to that isolated shower thunderstorm chance through about 8, 9 o'clock. After that drier air comes in, we might actually continue to see some breaks in some of the cloud cover, but that filters back in by the morning tomorrow. And as a little moisture gets pulled in around that low, could see a couple of sprinkles for the early morning, and then mostly cloudy skies will take us into tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures are still rather mild with the southerly wind. We made it into the 70s, and that's where we sit now. 71 in Rockford, Freeport, but cooling off where the rain has come in, down in the low 60s right now in Galena. 72 for weather watcher Ken in Belvedere. 73 for Ben in South Beloit. Had a couple of sprinkles down at Sandy's Place there near the Kirkland Fairdale area. 72, and 70 also for our weather watcher Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford. Now I mentioned that cool down coming up behind that low, behind that cold front, and here's where that colder air sits as our winds will shift around to the northwest once we get into tomorrow morning. So let's first look at our temperatures for tomorrow. Still rather mild as we go through the midnight hour, sitting at 60 degrees, but we see those numbers drop into tomorrow. Starting off in the low 50s tomorrow morning, and notice we don't gain much ground tomorrow afternoon. With that colder air advancing in, we stay in the 50s for much of the day tomorrow. A little blustery too. Depending on how fast our cloud cover clears out, temperatures Friday morning could start off in the 30s. That could lead to some patchy frost in some spots by Friday morning. Friday will be another cool day. Temperatures still in the mid 50s for the afternoon. Winds will lighten up just a bit, but watching our temperatures closely Friday night, could have some areas get down to the freezing mark, especially if we can get rid of the cloud cover and our skies clear out and our winds stay light as high pressure moves in. So some places might end up with their first freeze by Saturday Saturday morning. A live look with a Mercio SkyTrack camera out in Freeport. You see the cloud cover working in. Temperatures for us here by tomorrow dropping down to 50 degrees. That isolated evening shower storm and then mostly cloudy skies overnight. Only up to 58. That's early on, and then we kind of see the temperatures drop back a little once we head towards the afternoon and evening. Winds will be on the gustier side at about 25 miles per hour. We keep that cloud cover around during the day tomorrow. We'll actually see a little more cloud cover work in for Friday, so there's not going to be a whole lot of warmth, I think, for the afternoon on Friday, but we should clear out and stay dry for our last seasonal games for our Friday night football games. 55 degrees on Friday, down to 34. That's my forecast low Friday night, so watching getting really close to the freezing mark. We'll stay in the 50s into the weekend, warming things up, kind of slowing down that warm up just a little bit, guys, into next week.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
Fighting Illini football coach Bret Bielema is drawing some criticism from media members around the state for some remarks he made at his weekly press conference Monday. They think he threw his players under the bus by suggesting they're not good enough to win with. Here's a portion of those comments.
I just know this, as a head coach, you're only as good as your roster, right? You know, the roster is going to have to change to get to where we want to be to win the championship. Just certain positions haven't maybe played out the way they envisioned them to. In particular, the offensive line, I don't believe we have a player in the two deep that they've recruited here over the last 3 years that is really significantly doing anything for us.
Yeah, I can see why Bielema is getting knocked for those remarks. It is painfully obvious to any Fighting Illini fan that the talent on this team doesn't measure up to pretty much any other Big Ten team. That's why the Illini are 2-5 overall and 1-3 in the Big Ten. I'm guessing Bielema himself wishes now he could take those comments back. Not that they're that harsh. He was just speaking the truth, but he didn't need to do that in this instance. Again, everybody knows the talent on this team is not good enough, and those remarks can only hurt the already low esteem of his players. His players have come out in support of Bielema since this comment, but Bielema needs to handle this better in the future. Of course, the best solution to build a better roster is working your tail off trying to get a better roster, which Bielema is doing right now. One of the feel-good stories in college football is what's happened at NIU. The Huskies were 0-6 last fall. Now they're 5-2, and they're leading the MAC at 3-0. And they're doing it with one of the youngest teams in the country. I said last fall that NIU had a lot of young talent and was on the right track despite going winless. But I didn't think they could turn into a MAC championship contender in 1 year. Thomas Hammock and his staff have shown they can identify and recruit talent. This team is extremely deep at almost every position. Guys are battling with intensity every practice, trying to earn playing time. And the addition of transfer quarterback Rocky Lombardi from Michigan State has been the final and most important piece to this current puzzle. The Huskies might not win the MAC this year, but they have to be taken seriously. And the Huskies could soon rule the MAC again, much like they did during the Chandler Harnish, Jordan Lynch eras. That's my take. We'll be right back.
That's a really nice day. We've got some showers starting to move through.
Yeah, we've got a few showers, a couple of isolated thunderstorms. We have had a few stronger storms with just gusty winds, no more than 40 miles per hour. So severe weather, very low. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very low for us here tonight. You can follow it all, the First Warn Interactive Radar, right on mystateline.com. Things will stay fairly quiet and cool the next couple of days. Pay attention to some of those overnight lows back into the 60s next week.
A little chilly. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.